Hello, hello! Welcome to the Crafty Maven Getaway for In Your Pocket Tuesday, which is going up on a Wednesday, and I'm totally blaming the eclipse for that. So I have this layout for you, which is 2 pocket pages. They are 8x8 pocket pages, and I got them from Becky. They're Project Life pages. So you can find the albums and everything at the Project Life website. So what I'm doing here is this album is going to be an album for my baby niece, and it's going to be her first 6 months. And it is not for me, it's for my brother and his wife. So I am not going to do a lot of journaling in this album. There are spots in the album that I have set aside for journaling. So my brother or my sister-in-law can go ahead and journal on those pages. So from the inspiration piece that you saw in the beginning, I decided to go with the navy blue. I started by being inspired to have navy blue pages, lots of navy blue, and wood grains and wood veneers and things like that. And then what I did was I looked through my stash, and I remembered I still had quite a bit of this Wild at Heart collection from Cocoa Vanilla Studios, and so I grabbed all the navy blue pieces and some of the wood veneers, and then because this is a album about my niece, I decided to go ahead and grab just a little bit of pink to go with it. But primarily you will see lots of wood grains and navy blues and wood veneers from that collection. So I have that little rubber charm there, and I added some wood veneers and a little bit of enamel dots and a die cut. And this rubber charm, I love it, and I actually have 2 of them. So I have been adhering my rubber charms with Scotch Tacky Quick Dry Adhesive, and I have so far had not a problem at all with them, doing that like funky melting thing. Yeah, no. So that's a good adhesive to choose if you do have these rubber charms and you want to not have them melt all over your pages, obviously. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some little die cuts and some enamel dots to these pages. These pages are some of my most favorite pocket pages to work with. I can't wait. I'm excited that this album is coming together so well, and I think I'm gonna do her last 6 months as well, because I just think this is such a nice format. It's nice and quick and fun, and I really love this style of pocket page scrapbooking. I like it for these photos, but I also feel like I would like to do something like this for a special trip or something like that. So I'm really liking this format a lot. I'm going to go ahead now and do this card here. Again, I'm pulling in. I went through everything in my Cocoa Vanilla Studio stash, and I grabbed a lot of the navy blues. Of course, after I grabbed the navy blues, I went ahead and grabbed some other colors too, but it started with looking for navy blues, so totally inspired by the mood board. I'm going to fidget with this tab a little bit because I want to make sure that I have the word memories, but that it's not cut off. I also chose this line because I took some gorgeous photos of my niece, and you will actually see those on the next page, the second page I'm going to work on today. And that page has a picture of me taking some pictures of her, and I used the Cocoa Vanilla Studio line for all of the pictures that I took of her in my personal scrapbook, and so I decided I wanted to share the love of how beautiful they came out. So this is a piece of that vellum, which this vellum is amazing. I admit that I kind of have been hoarding this line. Like, I'm down to where I don't have a ton of it left, but I love it. It's beautiful to create with. So I wanted to use these frames. That was kind of like a big push for me. When I went through what I had left of this collection, I had a ton of chipboard frames. I don't even think I had used one. So on these 2 pocket pages, I went ahead and used 2 or 3. I think there's one on one page and 2 on the other. So I'm just going to go ahead and get to work here trimming up the photo around this frame, and I'm going to keep this particular really simple. I'm going to keep this card really simple because I'm just going to put the picture in the frame and then pop the frame onto the card, and that's it. Done, done, and done. So that's one side of this layout, and now we'll go ahead and get to work on the second side. So for the second side here, you can see that I went ahead and grabbed more of those 2 more chipboard frames, and I'm going to go ahead and get these pages kind of laid out the way I want. And then I also had a 4x6 Project Life card that was part of a clip kit from earlier this summer, and I thought that it matched really well with the layout I was creating, so I'm going to use, I cut it down from a 4x6 to a 4x4. Now, these chipboard frames are quite a bit larger than the photos, so these photos are sized to 3x4, and then the chipboard frames are actually bigger than 4x4, but I just decided I wanted to use them, and I'm going to go ahead and cut them. Note to self, cutting chipboard isn't easy at all, not even a little. And this is sped up, so you can imagine how slow a process this was to trim this chipboard. But it worked, and so I'm really happy that it worked and I got to use it. And I'm going to go ahead. All of these cards are getting some vintage photo distress ink. So we have that. And then I'm going to go ahead, and there is a little bit of a gap at the bottom there, because of course the opening for the frame is 4x4, but my photo, oh no, it wouldn't be 4x4, it'd be 3 3 3/4. So there's just a teeny tiny little bit at the bottom that doesn't quite fit the, that there's like this little gap, but that's okay because I'm going to find these cute little things to kind of fill those gaps in so that you don't even notice. I'm sorry for my head. I apologize. But hey, at least you know it's a person, right? There's a person scrapbooking these photos. So this is the pictures of the day I took the 2 photos that are there. And then the photo I'm doing now on the pocket is a picture that my brother snapped of me taking the pictures of my niece, if that makes sense. And so I'm going to just put a little title on that particular card that says Picture Day. And I'm going to add this little piece that was a cut apart from the clip kit. And I grabbed a butterfly, and that's going to pretty much kind of complete that card. And I'm going to add some staples. I added just 1 or 2 staples on the other side, so I wanted to make sure that there was 1 or 2 spots that had staples on this side, and I also wanted to make sure that I had some enamel dots for continuity across the 2-page spread. For this one, I want to use another frame, so that means I used 4 frames on this 2-page 8x8 layout, which is pretty awesome. That was kind of my product focus and what I really wanted to use up, because I just had more of those than I did of anything else in the collection. So by being able to use 4 of them on this pocket page, it gives me the option to have less of those in my stash when all the paper's gone, right? So that was really nice. I'm just going to continue on here. This is going to be a filler card. I don't have a photo, a third photo for this picture day, which was fine. And I really wanted to use this navy blue. Remember, because I'm trying to stick with a lot of the navy blues. So I really wanted to use this navy blue flare, but it looked really nice. Like, see, it looks really nice on that chipboard, but I was worried about it not fitting in the pocket. It wouldn't have. I know it wouldn't have fit in the pocket. The chipboard and the flare badge would not have fit together in the pocket. It would have been too much dimension. So ultimately it ends up not making it onto this spread, and I have it for another day, I guess. So I'm just going through my stuff I had set aside, looking at how all 4 pictures look together, and if I like them, and how everything looks. This is going to be the last one. So the top photo had some blue in the photo, so I went ahead and focused on the navy blue. And then this one has more of the pink, so I'm going to use some of the pink here. And these photos probably look familiar because I have scrapbooked them in 12x12 for myself. And I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of rubber charm. I'm going with the same idea as the blue pockets, where there's a frame and then there's that little gap, and I'm going to add a bit to that gap to, you know, a banner piece to the gap to kind of cover it up and hide it a little bit. And then I ended up, for this card, I don't know why I did this, I ended up like inking up so many different products, like so many different pieces, and practicing, and it took me a little while. And I really think that this chipboard frame was bigger, chunkier. It wasn't. Of course it wasn't, but it seems like this one was so much harder to cut than the one, the wood grain one. And so here we go again. I'm sorry. I almost didn't leave this in because I thought, oh, it looks so bad. It took me so long to cut these chipboard frames. But I also wanted to show you that, you know what, it can be done. It totally can be done. So it just took me a little bit. And this one got a little bit wonky. So I had to go back through and kind of trim it up, give it a little bit of a haircut. And then I did ink it quite a bit to keep it, to get it to look straight and straightened up. And so, yeah, that's going to pretty much do it for this layout. I'm going to go ahead and pop it into the pockets and then show you both sides of the spread complete. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this In Your Pocket Tuesday. I would love to hear your comments and see what you think of my little pocket pages that I prepared for you today. And here is a close-up for you after I flip that one card around. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you again later on this month. Or next month, I guess. Yeah, I'm done for this month, so I'll see y'all in September. Bye!